Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. I hope your week is going well um, and that you're enjoying the fall weather or that you're having some fall weather. We're getting the crisp mornings, but it's still warming up to like the 80s in the afternoon. And there is your weather report. If you don't know this, I'm obsessed with the weather. If you're new here, hello. This is not actually a weather channel. My name is April, and every Wednesday I go live and share a style snack with you. And last week we started a conversation about self care because I am digging myself out from under a mountain of stress and overwhelm and overcommitting and not caring for myself at all, actually. And if you missed that, you can find that here if you go to the videos tab, or you can also find it on my website at stunningstyle.com. And we're going to continue this conversation today. We collectively, like, there was not, I didn't have any plans to start a challenge or anything, but we did during the comments. We kind of collectively agreed to commit to some self-care, and we posted it and we shared. And so I committed to working out 3 times a week, drinking enough water because I've been dehydrated lately, and getting some quiet time in the afternoon or just sometime during the day because I need that to re-energize and replenish myself. And I have not been perfect at it. I've done some self-care check-ins, and I am still in that stage of I hate working out. Like, getting back on the exercise wagon is really hard when you haven't been doing it for a very long time. And I'm still in the whiny baby phase. I did not do it yesterday. Our week went a little sideways, and I have literally been going from 6 a.m. until 10:45 when I fall into bed. Just some things have changed unexpectedly this week. We're having to work with, and I hope to do it tonight, though. No one has sports or anything tonight, so that is where I am. And I am, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. So if you committed with me last week, or if you didn't commit with me last week and you want to commit with me this week, let me know how you're doing. Give us a self-care check-in right now in the comments, because you don't have to be perfect. Any step forward, any effort you make is progress. And we're just here to support each other and cheer each other on. And in whatever way you've been able to do it, we want to hear about it and applaud you. So today, in honor of the fact that I am in whiny baby phase about working out, because it's hard and it hurts, and I actually smacked myself in the nose with the bar during a seated overhead press on Saturday. I really require adult supervision. I should not be allowed to play with the weights all by myself. But my husband wasn't around at that time. He's been supervising me before this. And I guess you're supposed to like lean back a little bit when you bring the bar down. Apparently, because my nose was in the way. That hurt. It still hurts just a little bit. So in honor of me trying to get back into exercise, today I want to talk to you about how to start and stick to an exercise routine, because I need this as much as anybody else. And I want to share with you, I'm in a different stage of my life now. I had 5 kids in 3 years, and that includes triplets, if you're trying to do the math there. And then 3 years later, we had our 6th. So my kids I have changed stages of my life very abruptly. So I had all these babies, and then I had a whole bunch of toddlers, and then I had a whole bunch in grade school. And now I've got a bunch in middle school, and the oldest 3 just started high school, right? And so my stages change very abruptly. And when I've had to get back on the exercise wagon more than one time. I think most of us have. And I want to share with you what trying to exercise looked like back when my kids were younger. And this is something I wrote several years ago to try to explain how that looked. Where did my other weight go? I spin in circles like a dog chasing its tail to find my missing equipment. It was just here. I spot my 10-year-old grunting through the bicep curls I should be doing right now. I can't do push-ups with you on my back. I tell my 7-year-old, Mommy's not that strong yet. 3 minutes later, my stretchy band is in the hands of my 4-year-old as she rewards herself after a tough workout with my cool down. I spent more time doing search and rescue of my exercise equipment than I did actually working out, thanks to my 6 little workout saboteurs, but I did my workout. And the hardest part of an exercise routine is starting. Once I'm on track, I am the biggest fan, downright obnoxious about a regular exercise routine. But before that, I dread it. I talk myself out of it, I procrastinate it, and I justify my dreading, talking, and procrastinating. And like I said before, over my lifetime, I've gotten back on the exercise wagon countless times due to C-section recovery, surgeries, cross-country moves, sprained ankles, and just life in general. Life just gets in the way sometimes, a lot of times, but I do have a system down and it's time for me to implement it. I'm ready to do it. I will whine for a while, but I'm ready to do it. And I want to know if you are. So let's start with logistics. I don't have all those little ones anymore. My youngest is 8 now. Our oldest are almost 15. And they aren't working out with me anymore. Right? They have their own things in their own time. So that's no longer my problem. I'm actually my problem. My lack of motivation and just finding the time to do it. So let's talk about logistics first, because that is really important. Pick a time of day that works best for you. This is a very individual thing. For me, at different times in my life, it's required getting up early and doing my workout first thing so I could be dressed and ready for the day by 7 a.m. Now I have to get up even earlier than I did before because of the school schedule is much earlier. I have to get up at 6 just to get my little one ready for school and to the bus stop by 6:40. And I am just not going to get up at 5. At this point in my life, no, I'm not doing it. So I have switched to working out at night. If I try to do it in the middle of the day, I'm already dressed and ready, and then I have to shower again. We all have to pick the time that works best for us. Whatever time that is for you, be honest with yourself about what time of day that is. It could be during naps, after the kids go to bed, during your lunch break, early in the morning, before bed, whatever it is. Pick that time of day that you really truly can do it, and not just the time of day you think you should do it. Next, pick an interval that works for you. I'm a big fan of doing it 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. However, in my current condition of being so just out of shape, 5 days a week would be too much for my body. And being honest with myself about that is more important than sticking to this mental idea that I have to do it 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And picking right now, I've picked Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm giving myself days to recover. And some people do great by exercising every other day, or they get their best workouts in on the weekends because they have more time. Really consider the interval that works best for you. Obviously, talk to your doctor to make sure that it's safe for you to be exercising at those intervals and what you're choosing. But really, all this is about being realistic and honest with yourself about what you will do. Next, set up a routine and schedule it in. This is a story my husband and I love to tell. When we had been married for, I want to say about 6 months, we had already moved twice. Yes, maybe 3 times, because our first apartment flooded a couple of times when we first moved in. So we might have even been on our third apartment in 6 months. And I was just feeling so unsettled and agitated and uncomfortable, like constantly. And I finally realized why. So one day I looked at my husband and I said, have you noticed that since we got married, we haven't really gotten into a routine yet? And he said, oh, I know. Routines are the worst. I have done my best to make sure we don't get stuck in one of those. Sabotage. I felt like he had just punched me in the stomach. He was intentionally sabotaging me, and I didn't even know it. Now we laugh about it, and he tells me my routines are sexy. I think having clean socks is sexy. Food on the table and in the fridge is sexy. And he now knows that that is why there are clean clothes in the drawers that are on the table, and I'm not usually a raving lunatic. I have to have the structure of a routine, and adding my exercise into that routine and my schedule is really important, or it won't happen. And last week we talked about getting those priorities in first. Next, let's be realistic about the time requirement. I had an epiphany a few years before I had kids. I will not do any exercise program that requires more than 30 minutes because I can very easily talk myself out of anything longer. I don't have time to exercise for an hour or 45 minutes. I've got to do this, I've got to do that. But 30 minutes, I can do. And when I realized this, I made up a program for myself. I had a collection of 20-minute exercise videos and I had an elliptical. And so when I got home from work, I would immediately change clothes and do one of the videos or the elliptical, and I would just rotate through them. These were not like heavy duty, like this wasn't CrossFit and this wasn't P90X, but I really did tone up and get in great shape. I wasn't going to be winning any bodybuilding competitions, but I got quite fit. And my rule on the elliptical, I hate cardio, was that I had to stick to it for 15 minutes, which is about how long it took me to get through the please make it stop stage. After 15 minutes, if I wanted to stop, I gave myself permission to. And there were days I did stop after 15 minutes. I was tired. I just didn't, I just wasn't feeling it. I really just needed some downtime. But most days after 15 minutes, I was through the barrier and I was feeling pretty good. And I would go for about 30 minutes or the length of a sitcom or a Netflix show, which is what I watched while I exercised. So I did that 5 days a week. I did videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I did the elliptical Tuesday, Thursday. I had good definition. Everything was lifted and tucked, and I felt strong. I felt great. After my 5th baby in 3 years, I got back in shape doing the 30-day shred, which is 27 minutes, including warm up and cool down. And so I've seen other people get great results with these longer, more intense exercise programs. And if you love that, do it. If you will do it, do it. There is no way I personally am going to do a 90-minute workout. I will go to a longer yoga class though. Yoga is an exception, but I know myself, and in general, that rule stands, and that is the key to my success. So don't fall into the trap of thinking that if you can't spend 2 hours at the gym getting ripped, it's not worth it. Because anything is something. That's not very eloquent, is it? Anything is a step forward. Anything you do is an improvement over nothing. Is that better? But be honest, what's a good length of workout for you? And, there are articles that like, if you don't do at least this many minutes of that much cardio and this much you're not getting the benefits, that's hogwash. Do something. However long, if it's a 15-minute power walk during lunch or whatever, it's something, and that's something. So the next logistical tip is to start easy, especially if you have not been working out for a while like I have. And like I mentioned before, starting up a really intensive workout 5 days a week is not going to be good for my body personally. Talking to my doctor and my own health issues that I have, that is setting me up for a crash, and it would put me back where I was and I wouldn't be able to. So start slow, start easy. Also, if it's so hard, you're gonna be like, this is like the worst thing ever, I quit. I'm not doing it. Next is prep. Set up a space for it. So we've had 3 different houses, and in our first house, there was a space in our bedroom that was perfect for it, so I did my workouts then. There, in our last house, I did it in the family room, and that's why the kids were working out instead of me with my stuff. There wasn't really room in our bedroom for it, and I even at one point I set my laptop and my weights in my closet, and I did it in there because it only had to be big enough for me to do a full push-up. But in this house, we do have space to just dedicate to that. And that's been a big blessing, but it doesn't have to be that way. I have not had it that way most of the time. If you look around your home, is there a corner where you can just leave your stuff set up, or at least like all in one space? So all you have to do is pull that bucket out, slide it out, your workout DVDs or whatever are all right there. I sound old, don't I? I keep saying things like DVD. I still have my DVDs. I like them, but I guess people stream things. Pull up your app. Does that make me sound hip? Pull up your app on your phone and do your workout. But just have all your things gathered in one space so it's easy to pull it out where you want to do it. This is important. Prep before. When I was doing my workouts in the morning, it was prep the night before. I did not want to get up any earlier than I already had to. So I prepped everything the night before. I made my smoothie the night before. I cannot exercise on an empty stomach. I would put it in an insulated thermos and leave it on my bathroom counter along with my water bottle already filled up. I set out my workout clothes and my shoes. I had my DVD all booted up because it had this obnoxious 5-minute commercial you couldn't fast forward through. I didn't want to sit there and watch it for 5 minutes. And I'd put it in the night before. At one point, I realized I was spending like 30 to 45 minutes dawdling, getting ready to do my workout, just dawdling, being slow. And it really should only take me 5 minutes to get ready. And now that I work out at night, I have all my stuff together. I've already eaten something, need to refill my water bottle, grab my workout clothes really fast, and I can get to it. But whatever you need to do, you need to pack stuff up with you to take to the gym, have like your workout bag ready to go, have stuff to take with you to, shoes to do your power walk during lunch, like whatever it is. If there's anything that needs to be prepped, prep it the night before so it's ready to grab and go, because our mornings, you don't want to be stressed about that in the morning. It's too easy to not be able to do that. The mornings get away from us. And then think about if there's any equipment you need to make this happen. If you've got young ones, you might need a jogging stroller, and you might need some hand weights or some stretchy bands. It doesn't have to be a big investment in equipment. And honestly, people have dusty workout equipment in their garages, basements, attics. And if you get on Facebook and just say, does anybody want to get rid of their hand weights or their, even like things like ellipticals and treadmills and things, you can get a killer deal. Like people probably give you their hand weights for free, but a machine like that, people are always trying to get rid of those, especially if they're moving and things. And you can get a really great deal on Facebook Marketplace, your local Craigslist or whatever. And a lot of times they just have things they haven't even bothered to list for sale. So if you just put a thing and say, hey, I'm looking for one of these. Is anybody selling? Send me a message. And just don't use canned tomatoes for weights. People will say, I can just work out using my canned tomatoes in the pantry. And while I really appreciate that go get them attitude, they are too big to grip and you can drop them on your feet. I've dropped a can, not doing that, but I dropped a can on one of my toes once and I still don't have any. That was a long time ago. I don't have any nerve feeling in that toe. You don't want to do that. So get actual appropriate equipment. And then we need an attitude adjustment. I am in desperate need of an attitude adjustment. I've been very honest about this. Recognize that physical activity and fitness is essential to your health and physical and mental well-being. So thanks to my 20-minute exercise routine, I got in great shape. And then I got pregnant with triplets and I was immediately put on restrictions and was quickly put on full bed rest. And then I had 3 premature infants on heart monitors. And then I was pregnant again and caring for 3 infants. And then I had 4 kids, 18 months and younger. And then I was pregnant again. And then I was very, very physically weak. That stage of life plus the bed rest, like it was so chaotic that exercising felt like a luxury and I didn't have time for it. But during that 5th pregnancy, I realized just how weak my body was. And I was struggling just to get through the day and care for my children. So after number 5 was born, I went back to making exercise a priority. As soon as I got the all clear after my C-section from my doctor, I started exercising again, and it was horribly hard. it was pain. 30 seconds of jumping jacks. I couldn't do it. I had to stop at like 18. I'm losing my breath just thinking about how hard that was. So recognizing that it is essential so that we do take care of ourselves, even in those really crazy busy times. And I have let my exercise slip this week already because this week we had a bunch of unexpected, they're not crises, but big things that came up that just changed the schedule for all of us. So next is get pumped. Nothing pumps me up like watching infomercials for exercise programs and equipment. It doesn't tempt me to buy what they're actually selling, but it does make me want to pull out what I already have and like to use and get up and feel the burn. I need to do this. I heart infomercials and health documentaries. They really motivate me to do something. Also, there are certain songs that get me pumped up. And if I'm just feeling very apathetic about anything and I don't want to do this, it's hard. There are certain songs that I know I can listen to and they get me going. Yeah. One of them is Imagine Dragons. Shoot, the name just left me. I'll think of it. But that one, just like, I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. And if I'm being whiny, my husband will turn that song on because he knows it gets me going. Like if he needs to give me a kick in the pants to get moving, he turns that on if I don't turn it on for myself. So think about what motivates you. Is it a mood board of pictures of when you were strong and healthy? Is it planning an adventure vacation you need to be fit for? That has been one for me before. My husband and I like to climb every tower we encounter when we go to Europe. And he'll be like, we're going to be climbing towers. We need to get going. we need to start preparing for that because those towers aren't going to climb themselves. Is it having fun with your kids or grandkids without running out of breath? I do not believe in thinspiration photos because they are usually A, photoshopped lies, B, based heavily on genetics and your body shape, C, require dangerous and unhealthy habits to achieve, D, being unrealistically thin is not the goal. Being healthy and strong is the goal. We are talking about caring for our bodies right now. So does working toward a goal motivate you? Training for a competition like a 5K or a triathlon? Learning a new skill like swimming or biking? Do you enjoy the challenge of that? What will get you motivated and get pumped for pumping? Next is change your perspective. Instead of thinking of exercise as a punishment, that is actually how I'm currently feeling. It hurts. It's hard. My body hurts now. Think of it as a rewarding time. Think of it as how you are caring for yourself, how you are strengthening your body, how you are loving your body. This is actual care that you're giving your body. Think of exercise as self-care, the same way a hot bath or a massage or a face mask or quiet time is. So instead of punishing our bodies for not being what society says they should be, we can love our bodies and move them and give them what they need to be strong and healthy. And then when we're done, those endorphins kick in. And one of my very favorite quotes of all times is from that movie Legally Blonde when she says, exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy, and happy people just don't shoot their husbands. It's true. Happy people just don't shoot their husbands. So, words of wisdom. And then let's talk about motivation. You have to find something to make it more enjoyable. Sometimes exercise is just horrible, no matter what you're doing. Like, no matter how long you've been doing it, you're just like, I really do. I hate this. And so I specifically dislike cardio. So when I was using the elliptical at home, I would watch a show to distract myself from the burning in my lungs and in my legs. Or I briefly tried running. I don't have the hips and knees for that, thank goodness, because I hated it. But one time I was at the gym at our local rec center and I was running on the treadmill. And, you know, they have all those TVs lined up at the top and you can plug in your headphones and pick the TV you want to listen to. And I was watching something that was so funny. It's hard to make me laugh out loud. I was laughing so hard, I had to get off the treadmill because I was going to fall and break my face and maybe also pee my pants. One by one, the people around me stopped to ask what was so funny that I was snorting and crying. So maybe you don't get something quite that entertaining, but if a distraction helps you through it, find something. And I have the clip of this. It'll be in the blog post. It's hysterical. Like, anyway, so the blog post will be up a little later today, and you can watch the thing that was making me almost pee my pants. But you could listen to an audiobook while you're walking. You can watch shows or movies while you're doing cardio. You can listen to a custom pumped up playlist while you do workout videos. I can really get through anything if I watch an episode of Friends. So if you can do that, that can make something that you otherwise dislike bearable. Or maybe it needs to be a social thing for you. Does doing it with a friend or a spouse make it fun for you? Maybe competing makes it fun for you, or tuning into your body and perfecting your technique makes it enjoyable for you. Maybe you crave variety and you just need to do different things on a regular basis. Whatever will make it fun for you or less terrible, do that. And then really and truly, you should choose a form of exercise that you will do instead of the one that you think will get you the world's greatest results. So I hate running. I'm not going to do that. I really don't enjoy strength training, but I need to do that because bone health and everything. I love yoga. That I will do for over an hour at a yoga studio. Or dancing, bar, Pilates. I'm not into CrossFit. You might love hiking, biking, spin, and maybe Tony Little's Gazelle rocks your world. Just whatever it is, do the thing that you will actually do instead of the thing that you think you should do. It's so much easier when you actually want to do it. There are those people who will push through exercise programs they despise, but us mere mortals need to enjoy or at least not hate our workouts. I tried running. I hated it. I dreaded it. I did my best to get out of it. It's not for me. And so I have chosen to do things I do enjoy, except for this weightlifting stuff, but I make those short so that I do just push through it. Don't pick up your phone until after your workout is over. In fact, leave it in the next room. In fact, put it down and then start getting ready. Phones are the ultimate time sucker. And checking your texts can lead to emails and Facebook and Instagram and more. And before you know it, you've wasted the 30 minutes you could have done your workout. And I'll be totally honest. Like last Saturday, I was in my workout clothes for 4 hours, avoiding working out before I finally did my workout. Like, does anybody need a toilet cleaned? I could do that. There was pretty much anything else I would do and did do until I really had nothing else, until I just had to do my workout. And putting down, and my phone would be like the easiest thing for me to get sucked into. Accountability. Having an accountability buddy makes us more likely to stick to our goals. And that's why we are doing this self-care check-in. It's not like a competition and it's not like a challenge or anything. We're just checking in and saying, hey, I did it, and we'll all clap for you. We like to do puzzles, and I make my family every time, specifically if I find a piece and put it in, I want them all to go, yay! I do it for them, but I make them all do it for me because I found a piece in this 2,000 piece puzzle. That's hard. And everybody likes to be cheered on, so we're cheering each other on. If you know that you are going to maybe not show up and do it, having somebody waiting for you makes you more likely to show up because you don't want to let that other person down. You may not necessarily want a workout buddy, but if that helps you, then do it. I'll say that cute workout gear also makes my workouts more enjoyable. For a long time, I wore old t-shirts and cut off sweats, like stuff that I would wear to paint in, like paint the house, not paint masterpieces, like paint walls, as my workout wear. And even though I mostly work out at home, having a few cute leggings and tops that I really like makes a big difference in how I feel while I work out. And it motivates me to want to get dressed for a workout and do it. And it doesn't have to be expensive. There's some really great options at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. You can find stuff at Target. It doesn't have to be the ultra expensive stuff you're not teaching classes. Like, this isn't your profession. You don't have to invest in serious. Just if you're wearing lighter colored leggings, give it the bend over test in the mirror. Make sure that they're not sheer when you bend over, if you're going out of the house. That's my only word of caution. But do get what you need to be appropriately supportive. If you're a particularly busty woman, getting proper support for your bust in the form of good sports bras is really important. Stickers are for grown-ups. We talked about this last week. I love to put stickers on my calendar on the days I work out. A paper physical calendar on my wall. I want a sticker every time I do it. It is so rewarding. I get a dopamine hit every time. I get a dopamine hit every time I look at my calendar full of stickers. I hate turning the page to a new one. So I'll have last month's calendar here and this month's due calendar here so I can continue to enjoy my exercise streak and last month's stickers and just see how I'm going. You may be surprised at how much you look forward to doing it if you get a sticker. Pick stickers you love, and it might really bother you to see a missed day on the pattern of your sticker calendar. Set up a reward system. Like if we're really struggling, we got to pull out all the stops. Stickers and the post-workout high are a great in the moment immediate reward, but long-term rewards are also motivating. Is there something you love? Is it massages, a facial, a shopping trip, a girls' night with your bestie, a special date with your husband? Set up a money jar. Put $1 in every time you do a workout, or 50 cents or a quarter, or whatever works with your budget. But at the end of the month, use that to reward yourself, or save up and wait 2 months to reward yourself. But give yourself a bonus, some kind of incentive. Figure out your budget and your rewards and set it up that way. And you're rewarding yourself for putting in the effort instead of results, because the result is you did it and your body is getting healthier. Know what your workout options are. I will list a bunch in the blog post of things that I've really liked. I've tried a variety of things. I have a folder, a thing full of DVDs that I like to use, and rotate if you need to. Just know yourself, know what you will do, know what you're working toward, reward yourself, and make it as pleasant as possible. So this was a really good reminder for me because, like I said, I've been super whiny about it. And my bad attitude. My husband was like, your attitude is probably causing your muscles more pain than the actual workout. And I was like, I really doubt that. I think the workout is causing my muscles the pain. And he's like, but you're mentally causing yourself anguish that you don't have to experience. You're making this so much harder on yourself because you're being so fussy about it. And it's true. I've had a very bad attitude about it. It's time for me to get an attitude adjustment. So I have been debating whether or not I should tell you this. I tried a new exercise thing that I was really nervous about trying it. And I had so much fun. I'm totally going back. It's a little, I don't know, for some people it would be kind of shocking or scandalous or whatever, but it's really fun. So I tried out pole dancing. It's really fun. It was like being in a dance class. I danced, but I can do this by myself. I don't have to have a partner. It's really fun, and it's for any woman. And men do it too, I guess. They have some men that come, but it has nothing to do with your age, your height, your size. Like, it's for anyone. And it was so much fun. I could not believe how much fun. And that is actually the reason I started lifting weights, because my arms are so weak. I cannot support my body weight. Like, I kept telling the teacher, I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, I can't hold on. Like, I'm falling down the pole because I literally don't have the strength to support my body weight. So we started out with both. I'm in a beginner's class. Like, I've straight up, like, never done this before, beginner's class. We start out with 2 feet on the floor. That's cool. I could do that. And then we had 1 foot on the floor, and I'm like, my arms are burning a little bit. And then we had 0 feet on the floor, and I was like, ooh, and then I would start to slide down. And it's a 60 minute class. I'm used to 50-minute classes. And I did have to park in a metered parking lot that it's like you can pay for 1 hour parking or you can pay for 12 hours of parking. There are like a bunch of restaurants. Nobody's eating in an hour. It's a total scam. Anyway, and I was like, how serious are they about this? Like these meters, like if my thing ends at 53, like at 10:53, like are they really gonna be out there writing me a ticket? She's like, well, maybe. I could have stayed probably for the whole thing, but at that point, like my arms were jelly and I couldn't do it anymore. So I was like, I think I better go. I don't want to get a ticket. But the truth is, I could not hold my weight up. That is my motivation for lifting weights. And now you know. That's why I want to get my arms so strong, because that was so much fun and it was so graceful and beautiful and fun. I was surprised at how cardiovascular it was. Like it's a whole body. My abs were so sore. My arms and my back were like fire. That's my motivation to lift weights when I hate it. I want to go back to that class and keep doing it a couple times a week. It's my new hobby. So there you go. Now you know I'm taking pole dancing classes and I'm loving it. And it's on my calendar. And I'm having to lift weights so that I can actually do it and not fall. like the teacher didn't believe me. And I'm like, no, seriously, I cannot hold on. Like my arms are so weak. My hands are not strong enough. My arms aren't strong enough. My shoulders, I can't support my body weight. You have to be able to support your body weight. So I hope this was helpful, and I would love to know what tips you have to start and stick to an exercise routine. What exercise do you enjoy? Are you currently working out? Are you ready to get back into it? What do you need to do so that you can get back on the fitness wagon? Because we're doing it together. All right, let's check it out. Ooh, let me see. How do I pronounce your name? I will botch it. Let's see. It could be Loie, Lue. Tell me how to pronounce your name. I'm intrigued by your name. Says gave up good hair day for exercise swim days and no snack bites at night. Oh yeah, the hair. That is something that holds me back. Like hot yoga, I cannot recover. My hair cannot recover from a hot yoga class. That's a hair washing for sure. Swimming, definitely. Yeah, but it's a sacrifice worth making. If swim is what you love, and that is an excellent full body workout, it's also low impact on your joints. I have bad knees, and these squats are kind of killing my knees. I might have to change something up with that, but knowing what kind of exercise your body, if you have something like the knees or the hips or the shoulders or whatever, that you've got to be careful with what kind of exercise can you do. Swim is a great one. Nancy's here from Florida. Hi, I did well on my goals, but most importantly, I bought stickers. Yay! They are great motivators. I'm like a 5-year-old. Oh, Nancy, we're all like 5-year-olds, especially when it comes to stickers. It's absurd how excited we get over putting a sticker on our calendars, but they're so good. Amy wants to know, how close to bedtime do you do your workout? Doesn't it keep you awake? Speaking of sleep, please give sleep tips sometime. There have been, I avoided working out at night for a long time. I cannot do cardio ever. Just kidding. I can. I just don't like it. I can't do cardio before bedtime, or that will ramp me up and make it hard for me to sleep. But lifting weights doesn't do that. Yoga is actually really doing that at night helps me sleep. So there's a sleep tip for you right there. I do slow yoga. It's not like power yoga or anything. It's hot yoga. It's not, it can get cardiovascular, yoga can, but the classes I take are not really cardiovascular. And then I even have like a 20-minute sleep yoga DVD. I've got DVDs that is really good. The breathing of yoga, the mindfulness of yoga is really great for preparing for sleep. So I can't do like a HIIT workout at night, or that will keep me up. But there you go. Doing the yoga or some kind of mindfulness, just lifting weights wears me out. Like actually doing it in the morning makes me tired for the rest of the day. So for doing it at night actually is better for me for sleep. But we're all different, right? So knowing what you can and can't do before bedtime is really important. Megan says, I just never seem to get to the endorphin phase, but maybe someday. So I don't always get to the endorphin phase either. Lifting weights does not give me endorphins. It's at all. Some cardio, as much as I hate to say it, cardio will give you endorphins. I'm not an exercise expert. I'm not a trainer or a doctor. I have zero expertise. I can tell you, so I should just say that. Take it all with a grain of salt. For me, anything with cardio is what gives me endorphins. And the girl in the movie was doing cardio. That's how come she didn't kill her husband. So like that pole class, I was surprised at how cardiovascular it was, and it was fun. I mean, like I was on such an endorphin high after I got out of that class. I was obnoxious in that one moment for like the next 2 hours. But for me, things like strength training, that doesn't give me endorphins. Marion's here. Hi, Marion. Pole dancing exercise sounds awesome. I rotate my exercise between yoga, weight-based workouts, and circuit training. Recently, I've started running on a treadmill again, which, like you, I hate. Music is a great motivator. And pole dancing is so fun. If any of you end up trying it, tell me because I want to talk about it. I totally want to talk about it with somebody. And I wish I had friends because I want someone to go to the class with me. Like my friends are like, I don't really have friends here. My friends are like far away, you know? Nobody that I know would go to this class with me. But if you try it, please tell me. I want to talk about it with somebody else who likes it too. And rotating your workouts is great, like targeting your body in different ways. It is important to get some cardio and some strength training, but honestly, don't get hung up on that. Start with something. Anything is good. But I love that you're doing it. And if you hate running on the treadmill, is there something else you can do that you would like more? I just don't like to do things I hate. Nobody does. Someone else says aquafit is wonderful exercise. Oh, I bet. And you've got that natural resistance of the water pressure. I'm like a cat. I don't like to be in water except for showers I love. But like getting in a swimming pool, I'm just like, why am I here? And now I'm wet and cold. Now I'm cold and wet. And why am I in here? But other people love water. I wish I did. And so I did swim kind of for a while, and that was great exercise, but I hated doing it. Amy says, I would not be able to stay on the pole either. I used to take belly dance classes and I miss it. Amy, did you? If you have a video, I would love to see that. That's awesome. That is awesome. You know what though? I enjoyed this pole class so much that it's motivated me to do this strength training that I hate so much. That's a big deal for me. I really miss dance, and this is something I can do without a partner. So if it interests you, there's only one way to do it, and that's just to start doing it. Patty says, I'm going to find bike stickers. Goal is 3 times weekly on a paper calendar. Oh, Patty, that's perfect. And you love biking. Getting back to biking is going to be so great for you. You already know that you're passionate about that. That's perfect. And how cute would bike stickers be? Catherine says, I've signed up for a 12-week exercise and nutrition program, 3 weeks in, and I've lost 5 pounds. That's awesome. How much, have you noticed any strength gains? I would love to know that. So the thing I use has an app, the strength training thing. It's a tonal. It has an app and it tells me like how much my strength is increased. Well, my legs are doing this and my arms are doing this. We're totally flatlined. Like my legs are naturally much stronger than my arms. My arms are super weak and it's terrible. But it's nice to look at the little thing and see that something's changing. Something's getting stronger. Sage says, I'm currently walking every morning and that has felt wonderful. Once the weather turns and it's too cold and dark, I'll move inside and start bar blend through Beachbody again, which is a program I've done before and absolutely loved. I am rushing out to buy stickers for my planner today. Yay, getting outside makes such a difference. It does, even for a little bit. We are not meant to be inside all day, every day, sitting in a chair at a desk in front of a computer monitor. We need to be outside. And right now, while the weather is so glorious, we need to take advantage of it. I love that you're doing that. And I love bar. I did pure bar for quite a while. And I'll tell you, that's a killer. It's effective, though. It's super effective. And then I got really sick and I couldn't do it anymore. But I'm thinking about trying it again. I think variety is really important. And so I might try it again. I have some bar workout videos too. And my husband put a bar in the gym for me in case I decide to do it again. So I have no excuses. I was using the back of a chair and the back of a couch before. It works. Amy says she still has DVDs too. I'm so glad. That makes me feel better because I can hold a DVD in my hand. You know what I mean? Stuff that I download, I forget I have, but my DVDs are all like one of those DVD CD books and I can like find them. I can see them. I don't know. I'm becoming that generation, you know, that when I was younger, I was like, really? You don't know how to turn on the TV? No, I really don't know how to turn on our TV now. Like I can't make it work. I don't know how to make it work. So I use DVDs still, if I can get one of the kids to come turn on the TV. Nancy says, try restorative yoga at night. I love it. Yes, absolutely. Any kind of like meditative yoga, restorative yoga, breathing yoga, not power yoga. I actually have a prenatal yoga video that I did when I was pregnant with number 5 when I was having really terrible back pain. I fell down the stairs while I was pregnant with her and it messed up my back so bad. And that prenatal yoga video, I had to do it every day so that I could move or my back would totally lock up. But it was a very gentle yoga and I would still do it. It would be a great restorative one. It was great for a beginner because I had never done yoga before. Wendy says, a workout calendar with stickers sounds great. I will adopt this. My yoga studio got absorbed by a gym. Boo. So now my incentive to head over is to finish all my class passes before they expire at the end of the year. Also, my kids and I bike to school. I make it a game. When I bike over to pick up, I'm trying to beat my personal record. I've tried bar 3 and got lean and toned. I loved it. Then I broke my toe and I couldn't get back to that. I may re-explore now that it's been, and I lost you. I love that. I love that you bike to your kids to school and that you have this game that you play with yourself to try to beat your personal record. And I love bar. Like it's effective. It's intense. Like my legs, the shaking. Oh my gosh, that's rough. And a broken toe would totally put you out of bar. So I hope you can get back to it because it's good. Oh, Julia. She says, I taught belly dance and yoga for years. Oh, Julia. I like you already. It's great fun and great exercise. Also, if you like yoga and hate strength training, you might enjoy mobility exercise for strength. I'll have to look into that. Like yoga is great. Like I'm so weak right now that just being in down dog, my arms start to shake. That's how bad it is. Just supporting my body weight in down dog. I'm like, oh my gosh, can we go to puppy pose or something, child's pose, because my arms are shaking. It's that bad. It's really that bad. I'm not exaggerating. You think I am, but I'm really, really not. But belly dance, that sounds so fun. So fun. Barbara says, when I'm on the treadmill, I watch shows or movies on Netflix. Walking takes forever to burn calories, so it's a good way to make the time pass more quickly. Yeah, well, but I mean, burning calories isn't it's a great goal. I mean, it's a great benefit if you need that, but really and truly, the focus that we are taking right now is just how it benefits your physical and mental health. Just getting up and moving your body makes you stronger. It's good for your brain to get out of your chair, away from the desk, off the couch. We have very sedentary lifestyles now, and it's not natural. We were not made for that. And it affects our brains, it affects our emotions, it affects our thoughts, being inside and sitting. And just getting up and getting on the treadmill, you're doing something loving for your body. You are moving your body. And watching Netflix is a great way to pass the time, because walking on a treadmill, I find so boring. I find I get bored walking outside. I have to listen to an audiobook or something. I need that. Catherine says, we have 3 resistance workouts each week plus 2 cardio sessions of our choice. Wow. Who's we? I've gone up from 3 kilos to 4 kilos in your weights. What? My goal is a full press up. What's up? Is a press up like with your weights, or like pulling your body up over a bar? I've never been able to do a pull up in my whole life. I've never been able to pull my chin up over the bar. But I would love to do that. I would love to do like really good push-ups. I've never been very good at push-ups. I've been okay at them, but I've never like really done really good push-ups. So that'll be on my list. I love hearing all of your comments. This has been so fun, and I hope this motivates you and gets you excited to move and love your body and care for it. It's so important. It's so important to carve out that time for yourself, to love yourself, to do something loving for your body. And it's also something loving for your emotions, for your brain, for your mental health. And whatever it is, do it. And if any of you try pole dance class, I just totally want to talk to you. It's so much fun. I can't go this week because of the things that came up this week. It's unavoidable. I really can't. It's not an excuse. I would love to go, but unfortunately this week it won't work. And let's see. Fernanda says, since I changed my goal to my health instead of my weight, I exercise so much more. Yeah, I completely believe that, because exercising, well, you can't out exercise a poor diet. That's just the truth. But when you're exercising for weight loss, it usually feels like a punishment. Mentally, it's all about an attitude. Like, it's that mental space that you're in. I'm punishing my body for not being what I've been told it should be, and I'm punishing my body and trying to force it to be something that maybe it was never meant to be. You can always be the fittest version of yourself, but when you're focused on how it's helping you on your health, just that mental shift can just make it so much better. You're not angry at your body, you're loving your body, and that makes you look forward to it. It makes you want to do it. So I thank you for sharing that. That's really important, and it's so true. And I hope you noticed that throughout this, I never once talked about losing weight or calories or the scale or any of that, because that's not what we're here for. We're just here to love ourselves. So thank you for sharing that. That's really so true. So true. I will not be here next week. I am going to a conference instead. I'll be out of town. And so I will miss you, but I will be back the following week. We're going to talk a little bit more about self-care, and then we will be moving on to some more style-related things, but this is just really important to me. I'm in a space where I'm really paying a price for not caring for myself, really. And this is a really important time of year, I think, to get that under control before everything gets so crazy busy and we really just drive ourselves to the edge. So thank you for joining me on this self-care journey and commitment, and for being that accountability group for me, and that letting me whine a little bit about it. But yeah, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you in 2 weeks.